Do you think the combat of GTA 6 will be the best yet? That's a good question. Let's just take a look at some of this here, okay? This was from trailer 1. All right. Now, we've all seen this footage a million times. It's like iconic. But do they show a lot of combat in here? Not really. From what I remember, there's not a lot of combat in here. I'm very, very cautious, if I might say, about the combat and how good it will be in this game. Because this is one thing, disclaimer, my personal opinion, okay? This is one thing that Rockstar in general has lacked a little bit of, is having really great combat, their system and how it works, how you fight, how you punch, how you, right? And we don't see a demonstration of a better version of that in this trailer or in the other trailer that I can think of. Okay, so like, let's go into this trailer. Now, are we going to see it is the question. Are we going to see really cool combat? I don't know. And maybe in the next trailer, we will see like really intense gameplay stuff. In here, you see some like let's just play this through. Okay. I don't remember seeing, I know that they're like, yeah, I don't know. From what I remember in this entire trailer, there's no hand-to-hand combat. There's no like grabbing someone, throwing them up against the wall, punching them like we see in like Grand Theft or Last of Us or something like that, right? What's up, Alan? How you doing, man? And I wanted to touch on that because this game really needs that. Okay, GTA, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see in GTA 6. I want to see better combat. And not just better combat, but like something way above what they've done. The reason why I want better combat is because the previous game felt a little sluggish when you're trying to punch somebody. It didn't feel connected. It did, there's something about it, okay, that it was lacking. And in this trailer, this is trailer 2, they don't really show that. They don't really show you fighting someone else hand to hand, like gameplay, okay? Straight up, like where you're looking like you're controlling the character out on the street and you're fighting someone. Like, look, this looks like a cutscene, sort of. This looks like an in-game cutscene. These are all look very, very like in-game cutscenes. So in here, you don't really see a lot of combat. We see a lot about the characters again, because this is like Lucia's trailer. The first one was kind of his trailer. This is more her trailer. We're getting a glimpse of each character. Rockstar's playing this out in a very, very, very thought out way. You think they just released these trailers out of nowhere? Fuck no. This stuff is so planned. It is super planned. And, well, there, this is what you're talking about? Oh, come on. This is the scene the guy was talking about. Let me break it down slow motion for you. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. He's talking about right here where this guy, whoa, almost upskirted there. Right here. Throws him into the car. Nah, this is... Nah, that's a cutscene. That's, again, I don't think that's an actual scene of, like, you fighting in there. I don't think so. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna argue that GTA 4 has better hand-to-hand than GTA 5. Some people say that. And that's not a good thing. But that being said, we're only seeing some of this combat in here from like sort of cutscenes. These it doesn't seem to be like I said, on the street fighting one of the Los Caminos or whatever it's gonna be, whatever you're fighting or whatever, right? So I don't know. Some of these scenes in here are like, when I first saw it, I'm like, wow, it just looked like so good, too good. Whoa. So a lot of this stuff is are like cinematic moments of the game and whatever, right? But it's only because of the lighting that makes me think that in some of these scenes. Like, the lighting is so gorgeous, dude. How do they pull off some of this lighting? Looks so good. Especially like in here. What? Look at this. And here's the thing. Okay, give me one sec. Yeah, if you look, Braden saying, York, watch some combat clips from RDR2 first. Even in the combat in RDR2, it's still clunky. There's still something that's not quite right. Okay, like even in that. So let's go to RDR2 combat. Okay, so here's some RDR2 kind of fighting. Okay, just to give you like an example. Okay. It's much better than it was in GTA 4. For sure. Okay. But it's a little slow. It's a little too realistic at times. And whoa, that guy's gonna fall off the. And something that okay, Last of Us combat, Joel. Okay. Now Joel's combat. Look, see that? You see that? Right off the bat, look. See how it's like sped up? And it's just a little bit. Look, it's just a little. See that? When he launches forward to hit him, he actually like speeds up and launches forward and punches the dude. It's not like ideal. You usually don't want to do that in a game. When you play a GTA game, one thing that they do really well, actually, okay, one thing that they do really well is that they have a good blend of gameplay and story and how you kind of leave the mission and then start going in and driving somewhere and leave. Sure, there's some moments where you have to drive a long distance and whatnot, but that's kind of normal, especially if you got to do some mission that's far away, or you got to, that can happen in a game. Okay. But that being said, there's usually a good blend of timing on how they are giving you these missions or how they're playing them out.